James. Welcome to another edition of Ask the Doctor. And I thought I would thank the people that actually came through. I didn't really get any questions till today, and I greatly appreciate those that actually sent in questions so I can actually do a show this week, because I love doing it every week, and people like it. People love watching it every week, and if I could do it every week, I'd love to do it. If I could I try to get questions like days in advance, but last minute's always good. I'll take questions anytime. So, yeah, let's get into the questions and see what the question book has for today. Jason M. asks, what's your opinion on the Ghostbusters remake? A lot of people know that Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's I have the poster on my wall of the Blu-ray, and when I heard it was going to be a remake, it's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to look like. I mean, I don't judge movies by hearsay, and like, you know, if they say the remake, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to see it because it's holy ground. And it's a money grab, but I'm damn curious to see what it looks like and see what the story goes. And hopefully on my next day off, Wednesday, I might give it a gander. But we'll see. I don't want to reserve judgment until after I see it, and maybe after I see it, I might talk about it. So, yeah, I've been real curious about seeing the movie since I heard word about it. So we're gonna see how it turns out, I guess. Question number 2. John W. asks, imagine that you could travel to any time period and change one event, be it a world event or one in your personal life. Where would you go? What would you change, and why? I'm going to give you 2 answers to this, because the first answer is my belief as a nerd. Time travel is sacred. You can't change things. You can't. I believe in string theory and alternate realities, and, you know, every day we make decisions to go one way or another. Each time you go one way or another, a fork goes. This one goes to one reality, one goes to a different reality. And that's really where the change happens. So I feel like every time you get deja vu, you're living a past life over again. You haven't reached that fork. And I think using time travel to change events is just crazy, and just basically back to the end of the Back to the Future. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to come back, and things are going to change. It's going to be different one way or another, and you're not going to understand why. People are not going to understand why. But yeah, you're actually traveling in a different reality. You're not traveling into your reality, because your reality is gone, or it's down a different road. You're at a new fork. Now, that being said, if I could change something without things being noticed, I'm greedy, so I would go more personal life than, say, killing Hitler or letting Elvis live or something. I'd be more. I want to see a Springsteen show earlier than 2009. I'd like to go back in time and record like the 78 show in October in Syracuse and leave a copy for my younger self, or the 85 show in the Carrier Dome and leave it for my younger self, or even in the very early days of Springsteen in the early 70s when he used to play the university, I would just make a copy and just leave it somewhere for my younger self to find so he could get into it before college, because he's an incredible songwriter, and I wish I got into him sooner. So, yeah, I wouldn't really change world events, just more me being greedy. Rob B. asks, how do I feel about Iron Man being a girl? Well, news came out this week from Myro that they're going to have a new Iron Man. It's going to be a 15-year-old girl, an MIT student. And things have to evolve. I mean, yes, Iron Man is Tony Stark, fine, okay. But things need to change. You got to bring in a younger audience, and not Iron. It can't stay. It can be Iron Man, but he can't be Iron Man forever. I mean, it's worse things have happened. Like Captain America has become an Hydra agent. Well, for one issue, and Peter Parker is a clone, and in the alternate reality, they made a new Spider-Man. But I have no problem with Marvel making Iron Man into a young girl now. I mean, it's different. There'll be a change, but it seems like a unique kind of thing to bring in the female audience to a traditional boys' book, and more power to them. Let them see what happens, and if it's a success, God bless them. Maybe they could, bring it into the cinematic universe. That would be interesting to see, wouldn't it? So yeah, that was a very interesting question. Okay, the last two questions I have are anonymous. They ask for anonymity, so I'm just going to ask them. First question is, why don't you drive? I used to drive. I had a license from 2001 to 2005. But my anxiety issues really would get the best of me every time. Like, I was involved, not my fault, but I was involved in 2 accidents in Syracuse. And every time I got behind the wheel, I would just worry. And I'd be almost OCD about every little thing, like mirrors, speed, there's the brakes. Oh, the car's slowing down in front of me. Slam down the brakes. I don't really need to worry about driving and being scared about driving all the time. I don't need that kind of pressure. And basically, I don't think I need to drive right now, primarily. I mean, I live in an area where almost everything's within a 5-mile radius, or easy access by bus or bicycle. Well, except for Walmart, but I'd go to Walmart maybe once in a blue moon if I was still in Syracuse. So, Target's just fine. I would probably just go to ask for a ride every now and then to Walmart just to maybe pick up 1 or 2 items that the other stores don't have, but that's very rare. So, yeah, everything that I need is in a reasonable distance where I don't need a vehicle, or I don't need a drive to it. Last question. This is a question I get asked a lot, primarily from people back home. So, would you consider moving back to Syracuse if you secured a job here? Securing a job's not a problem. If I wanted to tomorrow, I could transfer. I could transfer from the store I'm working now to one in Syracuse if I really wanted to. But I didn't spend 30 years hating being in Syracuse to get out to move back 16 years later, or 12 years later for that matter. I like where I live now. I mean, I've had my ups and downs, but the only time I've ever thought about moving back was when I thought for a little while when my father had his fatal heart attack in 2004, that, maybe if he gets better, I'll move back home and take care of him. But that wasn't the case, sadly. And I've never really thought, I need to go back. But, I've had more, I guess you could say celestial signs or spiritual signs that say, right here is just fine for me. And right now, things are going great here. I'm just seeing how they raise. I'm talking to someone new, or rather, not really new, but talking to them is new, and that's actually a good thing for me. I kind of like it. I enjoy it, and I'm in a great place right now, spiritually and emotionally. So if I would ever move back, it wouldn't be for me. It would be more for other people, and that's not the thing to do. I don't want to do that because somebody else is greedy and wants me to be there for them. It's not fair to me. It shouldn't be fair to them. So I'm sorry. I don't ever see myself moving back to Syracuse. Visiting's fun, but unfortunately, every time I visit, I get little reminders, not from people I visit, but just all around of why I left. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but moving back to Syracuse for any reason is kind of off the table. Okay, yeah, those are 5 questions, 5 great questions. So, if you have any questions for like a future episode, I try to do these things once a week. I try to get at least 5 to 7 questions. So if you have a question for me at all, please contact me, and the usual address is on your screen right now. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and watch the other episodes along with it if you haven't yet. So thanks a lot. This has been Ask the Doctor. See you later.